Hey, shalom, shalom. Uh, First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakwadash. That's the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. The double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. I wanted to do a little in transit, little lesson. I was sitting and, listening to the audio Bible, and I was in a book of Mark, and I was in the fifth chapter, and I wanna read a verse, and it's just pertaining to fear and faith, and us ultimately in this walk of ours, is this is most definitely a dangerous walk. Um, that straight path with the fire on the one side and the water on the other. But through that walk, us being able, us hopeful elect, putting on as the elect, um, what we have, to keep us stable, to keep us grounded, to that ultimate foundation, that rock, you know, which is Yahweh Shai, which is faith and belief in Him, you know, and so I want to, get this. I want to get this precept. This is Mark the fourth chapter. Bear with me. I'm in transit, Salakia. It says, "In the same day, when the evening was come, He saith unto them, Let us pass over into the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took Him even as He was in the ship, and there were also with Him other little ships." Verse 37. "And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him, and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish?" So the context of just pretty much what's going on is the disciples were on the ship with the Lord, and it's just things starting to get roughed out on the sea, and of course they got scared, and being scared is what they were showing, which is the Lord is gonna speak on. It was just a lack of faith, because at the end all be all, especially being in this truth, understanding who you are, understanding you know us us being Yashar Allah. He's a prince of the power. One thing you got to understand is your next movement, like the next minute, the next 5 minutes, the next day. That's why brothers, when brothers say, when you can make it to camp or make it anywhere, it's what do we put in front of that? We put in Lord's will. If it's of the Lord's will, then we'll be there. Because in the grand scheme of things, you got to understand what Proverbs say, man's goings of the Lord, how can he then understand his own way? Things, for you to be thinking, 5 days out, is that's completely, irrelevant. It's just, that's not something that you should be concerned about. It's just, of course, all through the Spirit, just for balance sakes, you got certain things that you want to do. You think about certain things that you got to get done, which is understandable. But none of that's promised at the end of the day. So all you can do is just lean on the Lord. What is that? Proverbs 9th chapter. It says, lean unto the Lord. Matter of fact, just let me get it. butcher it. I think it's Proverbs 9. Yeah, 9 and... No. I thought that was it. Maybe 5 and 9. Standing. I should definitely know this. Salakia, bear with me. Yeah, I think it's 3 and 5. Yeah, it was 3 and 5. Well, I got 9 and 5. It's Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all my heart. It says, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So that's one thing you got to understand, man, within this walk. And what is that? And, ultimately, in order to please the Lord, you got to believe in him. You understand? Like, you gotta understand. You gotta know that he's walking with you, especially with the times that's coming. The things that the men of the Lord are gonna have to be put through. The persecution and just ultimately the same walk that the Lord had to go through. He was delivered up to the Romans. He was beat, spat on, hung on a cross, by his own people, But that was the will of the Father, And in these times it's coming up, that's some brothers are gonna have to go through these things, and other brothers are gonna have to take their own walk and go through their own trials and tribulations, whatever the Lord has deemed or destined for them. But the end all be all is faith, is understanding that everything that happens to you from this point, from the time that you've exited out of the womb, from the time that you came from out of the spiritual realm and onto this physical realm, everything is already it's ordained, so all you can do is have faith in him. You really can't anything. If you're thinking outside of what about this, what about that, what is that? Being feminine, because listen, that's ultimately that's how women behave, That's the natural instincts. That's the natural instinctual behavior of a woman, or the majority of women. I'll say that. It's to be in that mindset, to have a lack of faith. But getting back, let's go back to Mark, because this is real heavy, man. Like, it's heavy what the Lord said to them, man. Extremely, extremely heavy. What was that wasn't great. Yep. So I'm back in Mark 4 and 37. It says, and there arose a great storm wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. It says, and he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow, and they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? So here they are. They like, Lord, like, what the hell? We about to die, We about to. The sea is about to take us away, And it says, verse 39. It says, and he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And then in verse 40, and he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? I'll read that again. It says, why? Verse 40, and he said unto them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? All the works, listen, you knowing who the Son, who the only begotten Son is, and that all power and just everything has been given unto him, When you go to Colossians, the first chapter, it breaks it down, all dominion and all principalities, Everything is gone to the Son. So, with one thing you gotta understand, man, is, like, faith. It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is foundation and key. Though that's the key to all of this, man. Because if you don't believe, then you're going to fail. You're going to fall. You're not going to be able to continue. You're not going to be able to. Listen. You're not going to be able to do anything, man. You're going to fall. You're going to fall out. You're going to fall astray. You're just going to. Listen, if you ain't got faith, you're through, man. You're through. And he said in the back, Mark, I got to read that again. He said unto them, why are you so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? Verse 41, and they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? You want listen, in the times to come, man, this is what being a man of the Lord, your mindset should consist of, is understanding who our power is, understanding who our King is. This is a power is just the power. This is just it. It's nothing outside of our God, our power. There's nothing outside of him. There's nothing. There's no more outside of him. You understand? And he's given all that. He's given power and dominion and rulership unto the Son, the first spirit created. The firstborn. All the power has been given unto him. So when we got faith in our power, we can't be stopped. This is look, we can't be stopped because it's of the will of the Lord. It's the Lord's will. His words don't return unto him void. That's what makes this book so powerful. It's prophecy, Understanding these things, understanding that our power is alive and real. Was that Isaiah the 45th chapter? Surely thou art a power that hides himself. So we're dealing with a power that can easily reveal himself unto anybody, whoever he wants to. But he chose to reveal himself unto his servants, the prophets, and on top of that, reveal his secrets unto them. So, man, I just wanted to reiterate on the point of just faith and believing, especially in the times that we're coming into now. Things are wrapping up, things are speeding up. And the key thing to always remember on and to bank on, these are things that you gotta bank on and put everything into is faith and believing on our power and understand that he will deliver us, whether it be through if you gotta die for this, that's the Lord's will. If you gotta lose an arm for it, it's the Lord's will. Whatever gotta happen, man. And it's the Lord's will, whatever plays out. And it's all for the greater good, It's all for the kingdom, man. It's all for the Lord, It's all for the Most High, So with that, man, all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and shalom, and salutations, and peace and much love to the brethren, pushing this truth, and that in sincerity, and who truly believe on the name of the Lord, and believe in the Lord, and not doing this out of strife and just for vain glory, you understand? And it's pushing, man. Keep pushing. Shalom.